Hey everyone, it's Cameron and welcome back to my channel. So it's September, and September is a month of foreign exchange applications to be due for like upcoming exchanges. And if you're new to my channel and you weren't here from the beginning, I did go on foreign exchange to Japan summer 2017. I have like 20 videos uploaded on my channel about that. If you want to go check those out, I'll have the link to the playlist down below. But I thought I'd make a short little video on how I prepared for exchange, because I feel like that would have been helpful when I was trying to prepare for exchange and trying to, leave the country for the first time. So, and I didn't really find much videos like that when I was searching. Maybe I just didn't search hard enough, but I have like 4 or 5-ish tips that I think would be helpful to make sure you're completely prepared to leave the country for an extended amount of time, being like 6 weeks to a full year. My first tip is to start learning the language of the country you're going to. Now obviously this only applies if you're going to a country that doesn't speak English, so pretty much every country but Canada, Australia, England, and maybe Ireland, but I mean Ireland still has its own like language, so pretty much if you're studying abroad anywhere, you need to learn the language, whether that's Cantonese, Japanese, German, Spanish, Italian, French, German, Swedish, Russian, all the other languages of the world. And that's just going to help you, like, I don't know, it helps you feel more prepared because you know at least the basics. Like, my camera just moved. Okay, we're good. At least the basics of the language, like how to say hello, how to say goodbye, your name, where you're from, like the basics of a language. That way you're able to have at least some small conversation. Because when you are abroad, you're going to pick up more on the language just because you're completely immersed in it and you really have no other option than to speak in the language, especially if you're going to school and you have to do schoolwork. It's not going to be in English unless you have an English class. So start learning the language of your country as soon as you know what country you're going to. Second, you want to research your host country. Not like a research paper type research, but like learn the culture. Like, what's the culture like? Is it okay? Fun fact, I'm a communications major for college, so I know a lot about culture type things, so this may go like over people's heads. But so for culture, like find out, is it an individualism or collectivism culture? Is it masculine or feminine culture? Like all the things about the culture that you can, because it's going to help you, one, accommodate more to it, and to just know how they act. Like, are they more like gestures and facial expressions, or they're going to be flat out with everything in their words, like tell you how it is? Because for me, at least with Japan, it's not, they're gonna beat around the bush per se, and they won't just tell you, oh, you're doing that wrong. It's going to be like, oh well, da 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 da, and like you'll see like facial expressions a lot will tell you if they're agreeing or disagreeing with you, I guess, per se. And going along with that, look up the do's and don'ts of the countries, which are like the unspoken rules, I guess is a good way to put it. So like in Japan, like you don't speak on trains. Like it's quiet. You just don't, like, it's supposed to be quiet. There's not going to be people talking loudly on cell phones or people screaming and all that. It's going to be really quiet, and if you're a foreigner and you don't know about the train rule, then it'll be difficult because they aren't going to tell you that you're supposed to be quiet. They're just going to look at you and you're just going to be like, okay, cool, American, foreigner, hi, yes, that's me. And so you'll stand out more if you don't know these unspoken type rules. Plus, it's just good to know because you don't want to be rude or anything of that sort, especially in your host country or with your host family. Like, you just want to be as polite as possible. And if you know these rules and like you're able to act like them, it's really cool and helps you bond with your host family, because you can be like, haha, kind of already know this, cool me. That was really weird. Oh my god. So a lot of these next 3 tips are ones I have for before you leave for the most part. One of them's you can do during, I don't know, kind of just how you want for the list. Next one, so you want to meet other people going on either the same exchange as you or a similar exchange, whether that be like if you got a scholarship, searching that scholarship, or like for me, I went to Japan in 2017, so on Twitter I like hashtag Japan 2017 or YFU Japan, and I found like people who are going on the same exchange to me. Was that weirdo who DM'd them and be like, ah ha ha, hi, so I searched you up and we're going on the same exchange and wanna be friends? And most of the time they want to play back and they're like, oh my god, yes, like I'm trying to meet people. So I mean, like, we have a group chat still from when I went of like 50 of us, and we all kind of talk on it every so often. But just do whatever you can to find people. Like search on Instagram, search on Twitter, on Tumblr. If they've announced like scholarship recipients for a scholarship you got, search those people up, like search the names. It sounds stalkerish and creepy. Like, trust me, I know I felt so weird doing it. But it'll help you make friends, and that way you're also able to talk to each other about fears and worries that you have. Plus, if they are going on the same exchange as you, they understand what you're going through. Like, it's someone you can connect with about exchange, because a lot of your friends back home, they aren't going to completely understand everything per se. Like, you can go talk about going to school and you'll be able to talk about all this other stuff that they'll relate to, just because of, I guess, similar characteristics of the 2 cultures. Like going to school is pretty much the same. Like you go to school, you learn. But those people who go on exchange with you will be able to know so much more. They're going to understand the school system. They're going to understand the cultural norms and the cultural don'ts that your friends back home may not. My next tip is to get the money of your host country before you leave. This will help so much, because you never know when you're going to be able to go to an ATM, how close an ATM is, and you don't know if when the first time you use your card or something, your bank's going to be like, oh nope, your card's declined because you're in a foreign country and it might be thefted, when really you're actually in the country trying to pay for something, and all of a sudden you're stuck because you don't have a card and you don't have any cash because you didn't bring cash with you. So no, you can exchange US dollars into whatever currency your country, your host country, is like what their currency is. I did mine at a bank. I'm sure there's other places you can exchange money at. My last tip is to make sure you have all needed documents before leaving the country. And that sounds really simple, but some people forget to do some things, and there's some things that you don't necessarily think of. So 2 of the obvious ones are like your visa and your passport. Like, you want to be able to stay in the country with your visa, and you want to be able to get to the country with your passport. But one of the ones that I really didn't think about, and I wouldn't have ever thought about if you didn't send us an email telling us you need to buy this, was an insurance. Like not like a foreign insurance, but an abroad insurance. Most of the time, like, I feel like your exchange company will help you with this, so they'll know like which insurance to buy and all things like that. So for YFU, they're like, oh, you need to buy this insurance to make sure, like, if you get sent to a hospital in your host country or you get sick, like, you have a way to prove that you're insured and you can receive medical help. So it's just like one of the small things I didn't think about, but you kind of actually need. So look into that. And if you also, like, make sure you have all needed school documents for your host school. For me, I didn't need any, but you never know if you'll need to bring something with you. Like, if they want you to have a certain uniform or certain shoes or something certain that you have to bring from America or whatever your native country is to your host country. that's really all the tips I have. Like, I mean, feel free to comment down below any other questions you may have about exchange, how else I prepared for exchange, just really anything else you want to know. I'll tell you whatever you want to hear. I swear I'm a nice person. I'll answer back as quickly as possible. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. I upload most Thursdays. I missed last week's Thursday. I'm sorry, I got busy with college. Don't blame me. And I'm pretty sure I'm like almost close to 100. I think I'm like 20 or so subscribers away from 100. So it would be really awesome if you subscribe down below to help me get to 100 subscribers. Bye.